was a little man. I remember my heart, so young and sweet. Each time I hear the ring-a-ling, it's that old heart calling me. Well, Hopper, Raider, rusty old halo and a skinny white cloud, some second-hand wings full of patches. A rusty old halo and a skinny white cloud, and a robe so woolly it scratches. I know a man rich as a king, but he won't give his neighbor a thing. His day will come that you can bet he'll get to heaven, and here's what he'll get: a rusty old halo and a skinny white cloud, some second-hand wings full of patches. Rusty old halo and a skinny white cloud, and a robe so woolly it scratches. Well, while you're on earth, shine like a star, brighten each corner wherever you are, doing the best that you can do. That way you're sure that they'll never hand you a rusty old halo and a skinny white cloud, no second-hand wings full of patches. Rusty old halo and a skinny white cloud, and a robe so woolly it scratches. A robe so woolly it scratches. Thank you. How are you guys doing? Sweet. Did everyone's hair get did by the wind this afternoon, like mine? Free Coiffs by Austin Weather. What kind of love did we have? What kind of love did we have? Not the binding kind, not the finding kind. What kind of love did we have? Ooh, I love to touch you. Ooh, I loved it when you touched
Thank you. That's a Loves It song. Thinking about staying in the key of C. It's kind of fun. You guys singers? Staying in the key of C. Sometimes it seems like the dude's key. If you try to like look at sheet music or fake books and you're like, why is all this cool stuff in C? Here's a dude song by George Jones, and I learned it in C because that's just how it is. Well, I've come here to tell you folks that I'm ragged, but I'm right. I'm a tramp and around her I stay out late at night. Porterhouse steak 3 times a day for my board. It's more than any loafer in this big town can afford. A big electric fan to keep me cool while I sleep, and a little baby boy to play around daddy's feet. I'm a rambler and a gambler, and I lead every life. And I tell you folks I'm ragged, but I'm right. Oh, when I got married, I knew that I'd settle down and build a little love nest right here in my hometown. Now I've got a family, one that I'm proud of. I know that I'll be happy because they're the ones I love. A big electric fan to keep me cool while I sleep, and a little baby boy to play around daddy's feet. I'm a rambler and a gambler, and I lead every life. And I tell you folks I'm ragged, but I'm right. I'm a rambler and a gambler, and I lead every life. And I tell you folks I'm ragged, but I'm right. Thank you. I'm not really a gambler, but maybe a rambler. Ragged but right. I don't know. It's cool. It's a cover song. You don't have to be all the things. I'm also not a dad that I know of. I toured for a long time. Could be. You know how it is out there on the road. Fall in love once a day. Flag on your forehead and love in your heart. My friend, you live the part. Didn't you know that I was born not knowing why, or how the heart works, or where the love of life lurks. Didn't you know? Well, you call me drunk after 5 weeks dry, and the words we spoke sent me to cry. Didn't you know? Oh, how my heart was. Didn't you know how my heart is? Yours muchas gracias. Do we have success and people in vivo? See? And do we have people online? The robot hasn't said anything, but my friends in Virginia are watching. They're snowed in. I heard our countrymen up north are getting hit with snow. And they had to like go water shopping and chip shopping and all kinds of other supply shopping. And yeah, I wonder if they're all going to go sledding. I used to go whiskey sledding with some people in West Virginia, which meant you would climb up this big hill and put whiskey at the top. So then when you went down and you're like, I don't want to do this anymore, I'm frozen. Someone would be like, well, left the whiskey at the top. And anyway, and then you'd go up again and you'd sled for a good long time. Whiskey sledding. Have you guys ever been sledding? You Southern Texan people? Dang. I'm not preaching to the choir. Okay. Well, it's this thing with this, when water freezes, it turns to snow. Can you say snow? And you sit on your butt in it on cardboard or a sled. Trash can lid, yeah. All kind of things. It's really fun and dangerous. You go outside when it snows with your friends and you make a big deal. I saw it snow here once at HEB. Everybody ran outside and like dropped their vegetables and they were like, oh my God. I was like, cool. I ran outside too. I was like, this is awesome. Oh man. Wish I had a snow song. Snow, 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 snow. Pardon? I don't know. Maybe in 11 months. I'll do a weather jam. This one goes out to the newest planet that is somewhere around Neptune and Pluto. Its friend Pluto. There's a new planet, everyone. They announced it. I need the wind-whipped weather with icy fangs on high to match the mood I treasure. The sunburst through the sky, all in a wake of magnets. The earth plowed through the dark. I can hear the trees laughing, a laugh that comes from stars. A twinkle, a chuckle, a twinkle, a chuckle. I was a star, and I will be a star again. Ah, 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 with icy fangs on to match the mood I treasure. Sunburst through the sky, all in a wake of magnets. The earth plowed through the dark. I can hear the trees laughing, a laugh that comes from stars. A twinkle, a chuckle, a twinkle, a chuckle. I was a star, and I will be a star again. Ah, 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 ah. Oh, thank you. You guys are too kind. There are days when I try not to think about you. There are days I just let the cameras roll. It's the pictures in my mind of you and me in time that ease my heart and soul. The angels sing, baby, baby, but are you on his mind? Or are you just one in a line of fools? The angels sing, baby, baby, don't you know you can never win when you don't even make the rules. In the morning when I wake up all alone, I feel love like a warning in my bones. It's those pictures in my mind of you and me in time that ease my heart and soul. And the angels sing, baby, baby, but are you even on his mind? Do are you just one in a line of fools? The angels sing, baby, baby, don't you know you can never win when you don't even make the rules? Thank you, y'all. That lava lamp is going wild over there. Just so you guys know. Thanks for coming to the Jenny Parrott Show today, featuring Nikki DaVaughn. She's gonna tell a story. I'm excited. I've been probably told a lot of stories before on the show, but like not, someone's not like, I'm gonna come tell you a story. It's gonna be cool. She's a musician and a comedian and a storyteller and perhaps a burlesque dancer. Award-winning, Nobel Peace Prize winning burlesque dancer. It was in a dream today that I received a note that maybe he was leaving for New Mexico, and I don't like goodbyes, and I've known a stable heartache. Oh, you cry on the front porch, he comes carrying his torch, said to the girls, get your pistols ready, but I don't want no shootout, though I used to watch that TV, and I don't like goodbyes, and I'm fed of bullets, steady dying. guys noticed the new floor by the door? Maybe.
Oh yes, that floor.
I think it's a beautiful. I've been dipping into the world of alternate tunings. I've never done that, and I've been playing guitar for like 13 years. And now I'm like, whoa, am I in the right tuning? I've always just stayed in one, which I'm told by every other guitar player that, oh my God, that's insane. You must be bored. You've got to try this. It's exciting. And I'm like, okay, I'm trying one. It sounds a little folky, a little like, you know, like kid stuff or something. Sounds a little too happy, but I'm gonna try playing in that guitar tuning. We'll see what happens. Soon. With a buffalo gun and a bottle of nerve, my reading of your good book, oh, I'm a bad servant. I work hard for my breakfast, dear, and I'll meet you on the trail. Well, you grow to love the way your wheels decay in the woods, and you pass the time counting stars, and you miss the best of the Midwestern air. Saddle up, meet your journey. Saddle up. Well, the love in your heart don't match mine for the land or the earth cross made heroes of man. You can test my heart with any quest so brave, and I'll meet you on the trail. Well, you grow to love the way your wheels decay in the woods, and then you pass the time counting stars, and you miss the best of the Midwestern air. Saddle up, meet your journey. Saddle up. Oh, with the buffalo gun and a bottle of nerve, my rereading of your good book, oh, I'm a bad servant. I work hard for my breakfast, dear, and I'll meet you on the trail. Yes, I work hard for my breakfast, dear, and I'll meet you on the trail. Oh, thank you, friends and family and neighbors. I'm enjoying a Lone Star Tall Boy. And so is the Secretary of War and the Blue Hoodie team over there. And so are y'all, or at least one of you. Cheers, everyone. Happy hour. Thank you, Matey, our lovely bartender, bar owner, interior designer, friend extraordinaire. Thank you, Matey. says one gun won't weigh a ton, but two and they'll catch you. One shot right in the pot. More if they let you. One shot, get it all out. More if they let you. One shot, get it all out. If they let you. The meanest girl. Now she has my back, and I love how she looks at me, 'cause she saved us from assault and battery. Thank you. I feel really talkative today, which makes me quiet because I'm like, I can't decide what I want to blabber about. It's cool. Tattoo and conquering, my red-winged blackbird sang to me when she saw you at the party, and you with your heart on your sleeve, your leg touched mine when we were in line. Electric love lightning shot up my spine, and for years I tried to reach you, but our love, it was waiting in Gainesville. You heal my heart from feeling wore out, and whiskey makes the love pour You heal my heart from feeling wore out, and whiskey makes the love pour out, singing tattoo and conquering, my red-winged blackbird sings to me when she sees you loving me, and you Thank you, buddies. I'm going to prepare the stage for this week's special guest, Miss Nikki DaVaughn. And you all just hold on to your scarves, socks, and JP Specials, which are 16-ounce Lone Stars. We'll be right with you. But the for it never came. When the war began, we were in Dixieland. We sang 1, 2, 3, but the for it never came. Ooh, ooh, ah, ooh, 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 ah, ooh. I begged you to come home, but your eyes was crying Rome. I walked the road alone, heard them fiddle on your bones. When the war began, we were in Dixieland. We sang 1, 2, 3, but the for it never came. When the war began, we were in Dixieland. We sang 1, 2, 3, but the for it never came. Ooh. Ah, ooh, 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 ah, ooh. I called to my North Star. I remembered Orion. The sky was lit. Bombs made it impossible to read. When the war began, we were in Dixieland. We sang 1, 2, 3, but the for it never came. When the war began, we were in Dixieland. We sang 1, 2, 3, but the for it never came. Ooh, ooh, ah, ooh, 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 ah, ooh.
Idling in Preza on the hill, little Danny on his brother's lap, waiting for an hour for Mama to return. She ain't ever coming back. She was under the Christmas tree bridge, cutting up her wrist with rocks. Bled into the water just to wash it all away, counting on forget-me-nots. Fireweed covered up the earth. Danny grew up fast but grew up scorned. Oh no, now mama, why did you take sister just a month from born? Because love cannot grow when it's 40 below and the darkness is all you got. With the fucking and the fighting and the cheating and the lying, and only one way to make it stop. She was under the Christmas tree bridge, cutting up her wrist with rocks. Bled into the water just to wash it all away, just to wash it all away.
One time on a June day, I was born in the eye of the summer ocean storm. And my father said he'd never seen such water from my.
I am a native Austinite, and I'm really bad at. Oh, look at that! I didn't have to stall at all. I'm going to. I'm gonna. Where should I look? Just in general. I'm gonna read a story to you guys. Okay. I'm gonna read a story to you guys about sex, and particularly sex with me. It's called 5 Simple Rules. Is it? That's the first time you saw me? That's awesome. Okay. So Mady has heard it before. Don't spoil it. Have you heard it too? Okay. All right. 5 simple rules. The 5th or 6th or maybe 7th guy I ever had sex with was an avid chubby chaser. He was smart, cute, a little dangerous. He liked my body. He was a great kisser. And he was also only supposed to be a one-night stand. There turned out to be many things wrong with him, I discovered. But the biggest and most surprising problem was that he liked my body too much. We were in bed naked together a total of 7 times before we actually ever had sex. During those times, there was a lot of rubbing my fat, burying his head in my fat, kneading my fat, smelling my fat, kissing my fat, staring longingly at my fat, but never actually climbing on top of my fat and getting to work. While I appreciate his seemingly insatiable desire to admire me, sometimes you just want a motherfucker to stick it in. This was the first time I became aware that my size might actually impact my sex life. So we're going to fast forward. Since then, I've had several relationships because it's my thing. I'm a serial monogamist. Right now I'm single, and I've been single for Jesus knows how long. And normally, just like right now and normally like any other time, my single life is sadly sexless. Lately seems to be particularly bad, though. And I'm not saying I haven't gotten any dick, but I haven't gotten much dick. Mostly the reason is that men seem to go stupid when it comes to dating me. I can't figure out if it's because I'm black or if it's because I'm fat or if it's because of a fucked up mix of the two. Whatever it is, it's put me in some strange, less than desirable positions, and it's led me to create the 5 simple rules for fucking Nikki. AKA, shit I've had to yell at dudes for being disrespectful. 5. Just because I'm fat doesn't mean I'm easy, a sure thing, or you can be lazy or not have to work for the privilege of getting between my thigh meat. Now, I can't tell you how many times a man has come up to me, chatted me up. 5 minutes in, he'll start talking about his dick. Case in point, I'm at a bar, it's late, a cute little tattooed dude comes up to me, starts talking to me, talking about the movie, we're laughing, he's flirting. Out of nowhere, he says, "You want to see something?" I'm like, "Fuck yeah, I want to see something." Thinking it's going to be, I don't know, a family heirloom or a picture of his dog, I don't know. He whips his phone out and shows me a picture of his dick. Now, for those of you that don't know me, which are all of the people in this room, and those of you watching probably, I am an avid dick lover. I cannot stress that enough. I like to look at them and play with them and inspect them and sing silly songs to them. I love dick. But what I don't want is unsolicited dick pictures from random dudes. You know what will guarantee that I won't put your beautiful dick in my mouth is if you show me a grainy picture of it in a crowded bar. Without any hint that I might have wanted you to do that. It's lazy. I'm not saying that eventually I won't want a picture of your dick, because it's me. But I am saying that you're probably going to have to talk to me for longer than 5 minutes to get me there. If you couple this with acting like you're doing me a favor and being pissy when I don't respond with gratitude, you're probably going to get cussed out on top of that. I mean, I like dick, I do, but I just want you to be respectful when you show me your dick and wait for me to ask for it. Like, I know it's last call, but I don't want to be your last resort, bro. Or maybe I will, but try harder and you might find out. Anyways, 4, unless we're in a relationship, do not give my pussy pet names. Especially don't give my pussy pet names that relate to the fact that I'm fat or black. Case in point, I'm in New York. I'm making out with a very fine black man that I've only known for about 35 minutes. We're outside against a wall. He's doing all the right things. He's kissing my neck. He's got his hands under my skirt. Every time he goes in for a kiss, he grabs my ass and pulls me towards him. Which, side note, I don't give a fuck if you're a man, a woman, or a mix of both. If somebody puts their hands on your ass and pulls you to them, it's the sexiest thing in the world. So, I won't speak for all women, but that works for me. So, anytime that happens, my next thought is, why the fuck are our clothes still on? Anyway, he's doing all the right things. I've got my hands down his pants, playing with what I can already tell is a very beautiful dick. And then he says, "Damn, I can't wait to get up in that fat pussy." And just like that, all my lady bits shut off. I asked him to repeat it because I thought surely he won't repeat it, but he did. I'm just saying, man, I just want to be up in that fat pussy. My response was, okay, well, we might as well go get pancakes because I'm done here. Yes, pancakes. The thing is, my pussy is magic. It is, period. It's wet, lush, tight, soft, pulsating, warm, heavenly, and it adjusts to fit like a glove. That is how I would describe my pussy. Of all the words I used, fat is not one of them. Neither is black, dark chocolate, blackberry box, chubby, and my personal favorite, chunky love hole. Yes, that happened. I couldn't make this shit up if I wanted to. There's nothing sexy about that to me. Furthermore, maybe you should wait until you actually get in there before you try to describe what I guarantee you is unlike anything else you've ever experienced. Maybe what I will have is something that you'll have to create a word for. But your stupid ass will never know because you called it a chunky love hole. 3, my body don't do that. There are some things that I just can't do. I am incredibly flexible. And no, I'm not flexible for a fat girl. I'm flexible, period. However, there's also a lot of woman. So my flexibility takes a little time. I used to see this really sexy football player. He was a hoss. He was like 6'5" and 300 pounds of just like athletic blackness. And because he was so big and strong, he used to try to fuck me in all these different places. And so, like, you know, we'd be going at it. He'd pick me up, cart me across the room, you know, and take me somewhere else. It was like taking a dick field trip. You know, like he'd pick me up and like take me somewhere else. And so most of the time that's fine. I mean, like if he wants to like try to deadlift me so he can feel more like a man, that's fucking fine. I like a man with goals. But when he starts trying to do stuff like hold me over the bed, push my legs back, and go down on me, like while slamming my legs back behind my head, his goals become an issue. You know, there's times where he would just like start slamming my legs back with one hand and trying to hold me up with the other hand. It's like fat girl origami, and it doesn't work. And I can't breathe because all the fat is shoved up towards my face. So I had to tell him, like, listen, man, like I can get my legs back there, but you got to give me time to navigate my thigh meat. Like there's a lot of flesh and thickness I got to move around to get into the desired position. So you got to be a little more patient. Let me stretch out my fupa. And for those of you that don't know what fupa is, it's fat upper pussy area. The more you know. And ease my thigh meat back behind my head. You can't just shove it back there because my body don't do that. And then once we get there, don't be trying to switch gears again. Like you got to help a bitch navigate the thigh meat back out of behind my legs, and then we can come on. Anyway, I appreciated his enthusiasm, but I didn't want to pass out because he was trying to be a stallion or a stud or something. 2, you don't get an award for fucking me. I'm not required to be grateful or honored that you picked me. You're not doing me a favor. Truth be told, you should thank the universe, Buddha, Allah, baby Jesus, whatever deity there is that you pray to, that I've allowed you the privilege to even be considered to ride this ride. Technically, you haven't even made it in the seat yet. You're still in line. And there is a line. So the minute I start hearing, yeah, this other girl was like totally into me, but you know, there's something about you just made me want to chill here. As soon as that shit starts, you've already lost your place in line. So, and number 2 is pretty cut and dry. I mean, there's no more story. That's it. You get no fucking trophies. Like, whatever. Number 1, and most important, I am not a fetish. I can't say this enough. I have no interest in anyone that wants me solely because I'm fat or solely because I'm black. Don't get me wrong, I'm proud of both of those things. But there's so much more to me that it seems silly that that is the reason that you want to fuck me. It's not my ass or my tits or any of the other woman things I have. It's not because I'm funny. It's not because I can hold my whiskey. It's because I'm fat and black. It makes no sense to me. And this rule is really twofold because there's the black thing. And I've run into this thing where there's this belief that if you're not black and somehow you manage to get with a black girl, that makes you cooler. Not because the girl is cool, but because she's black. And somehow dudes think it gives them some sort of white boy brownie points. And I don't know who the hell started that rumor, but the shit is not true. If you're lucky enough to have sex with a black woman or fucking any woman, really, you should just be excited that you're getting laid. If the girl is awesome, who gives a fuck what color she is? You're getting some pussy. That should be all that matters. And, you know, there have been many times where I'll get to talking to a guy that's not black, and I'll start to notice the entire conversation centers around the fact that I'm black. It's like, wow, your hair, man, it's so cool. Or don't you just love James Brown, Aretha Franklin, well, any black shit that you can enter right here, any black related thing. Or, man, soul food is delicious. Have you been to Queen Lola's? It's like, yes, nigga, that shit is great. But can we talk about something else? Like, it's like, if we're going to seal this deal, I need you to get my brain wet, sure, but all this talk about civil rights ain't going to do the trick. Plus, I wouldn't even go into all the stupid rumors about black women and sex. It's like there's some sort of handbook that all we black women adhere to, and certain white men think that, you know, we all fall into line, and it's ridiculous. Same token, I get a lot of chubby chasers too, but they're much less stealth about their shit. They lay it all out there in the beginning. First thing out of their mouth is, I really, 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 really like chubby girls, thick girls, big girls, fat girls, curvy girls, all enthusiastic and shit. It's creepy. If you approach me like this, chances are you will probably not end up with your head between my legs. It's a red flag. I've already fallen for that shit once. Like, I've ended up spending minutes trying to fall asleep while some asshole is rubbing his face in various parts of my body, moaning loudly because he's appreciating my beauty. And evidently, appreciating my beauty doesn't involve actual sex. So, most chubby chasers I've dealt with, just it's too much. Like, I can't deal with it, and it ends up being more depressing than it is fun. When you're with me, I want you to want to eat me up. I do. I want you to be totally into me. But what I don't want is you kneading my flesh like fucking dough and looking at me like you want to fillet me and wear me like a skin suit, because that's fucking creepy. There's a line, right? There's a line between appreciation and obsession. So, recap. Fuck me because I'm awesome, not because my skin is dark or I have back rolls. So, the moral to my story is I like being single. It's cool, even though I have sparse, sexy times, even though Tinder exists, even though OK Stupid exists. It makes me want to slice myself. I like being single. I like it. But I think the reason that I'm still single is because when you're dating while fat and black in Texas, sitting at home watching Netflix is better than having awkward conversations and looking at dick pics. That's my story. Thank you. Do I stay up here?
Yes, stay there.
Oh, I'm staying here. Should I apologize to your father for talking about dick? Okay.
Everyone, that was Nikki DaVaughn. That was fantastic.
Thank you.
Wow. So the questions I wanted to ask you are now totally different.
Okay. You can ask me whatever you want.
Wow. So how long have you been talking about sex and race and all kinds of...
On stage, I guess the
No,
first...
let's go back. Like, do you talk about it when people are, like, being rude? Like, say you meet people at a bar and they're rude, like, the first time you meet them. Are you quiet? Or are you like...
I used to be.
Or then are you like, excuse me?
I used to be quiet until I hit, like... When I hit 30, like, all my fucks were thrown out the window. I was just like, all right, you don't have to put up with this shit. Actually, you know what? I know exactly when it changed. I have a friend who I was chatting with her about it. Her name is Kate, and she's bigger than I am. And we were somewhere, and this guy was like, oh. And he was, like, touching me, and I was like, okay, all right, okay. And she's like, you know you don't have to fucking put up with that, right?
Don't let him touch you.
Yeah, she's like, don't let him fucking touch you. And it's like I had no idea until that moment that I had a choice.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I didn't have to just sit there and be like, thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that was 30. So ever since then, I've been just, like, talking shit to random dudes in the bar.
Don't touch me.
Don't fucking touch me.
Yeah.
Or my hair. Or my butt. Or my arms. Or my...
Yeah.
I get touched a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah. Yet I'm still single. Friends don't count.
I don't. They're like, oh my God, sorry.
No, friends don't count. Friends can touch me anytime. Yeah, they touch me all the time.
And in a public forum, how long have you been talking about these issues? I think you're bold and courageous, and I'm totally in admiration.
Oh, thanks.
It's fantastic.
Thanks. It was probably 4 years ago at Bedpost. Bedpost is what started it.
Tell me about Bedpost.
So Bedpost Confessions is a sex positive. How do I explain it? It's like it's like a sex positive movement. Actually, now it's turned into a movement. It's got these 3 producers, and every other month they put on a show called Bedpost Confessions, and they have 4 readers, and the reader has to write a story that they do on stage in front of 200 so people, and then they take confessions from the audience.
Oh
and
my God.
you can anonymously write whatever you want on a card, and it's your confession, and then they read those confessions on the stage. It's
Wow.
cathartic and beautiful and wonderful. It's a great community, and they've been doing it for I guess 5 years now.
Wow.
It's actually happening right now.
Like at this moment.
At this moment, it is happening right now.
Wow.
Bedpost
And it-
Confessions. Right. Yeah.
Wow.
It's incredible. And they've got all kinds of readers, men, women, straight, queer, black, white, it doesn't matter. And they're always looking for new people to read. They're always looking for people that sing and tell their story together. Like always. They're incredible. Bedpost Confessions.
cool.
And they have a podcast so you can go back and listen to every single story just like you.
That sounds fascinating.
Yeah.
I wrote down questions.
Okay.
Did you have good role models to talk about stuff with, like sex and race, or did you read a lot, or
I read a
just
lot.
hang out at Bedpost Confessions?
I read a lot. I am I was
How did you learn to be wicked cool? Right? It's a valid question.
I mean, I'm very lucky. I have a mother who is
Mom.
yeah, she's just rad. Like she's incredible, and she told me from a very young age, because I was homeschooled and I grew up in East Austin, and so I didn't fit in with black kids, and so, you know, learning how to be this kind of black in poor black Austin was difficult, but my mother just had me navigate it. She's just like, she would tell me the same thing. You're the only you. So that's awesome, right? Like she would say, you're the only you. There's nobody else like you. Think of how you're so special. You're so special. So I
Aw.
never
What was her
had
name?
Daisy May.
Daisy May.
Daisy May. And I was chunky my whole life. So I am very lucky. She just was always like, look how cute you are. Look at you. And so I was, from a very young age, I was like, I'm so cute. Look how cute I am.
Oh,
It's so hard being this cute. Thanks, Mom. It's her. Like, I got all of my everything from her. And then I have a sister. I just have a really good family, and I have really good friends. I'm just lucky. I mean,
Aw.
straight up. That's really it. I'm lucky. I'm super lucky.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Yeah, I'm just really lucky.
What a positive thing to say. It's beautiful.
Oh, thanks.
I heard you're in a band called Mojo Queen.
I am.
Can you tell us about it?
Mojo Queen is an Austin-based cover band. We do soul and funk and R&B, and it's 3 singers, and then we have a guitarist, a drummer, a bassist, and a keyboardist. And we're loud and rowdy, and we play here at Dozen Street.
Yay!
And yeah, it's a good time. If you want to just, we really are all musicians, and we like to make people dance. That's our main objective. And so if you come and see us and you shake your butt, that's all we give a shit about. That's all we care about.
That sounds like so much fun.
It's fun.
I also saw something on your Facebook page that maybe this weekend you judged auditions for male burlesque dancers. How were the auditionees? How did the dudes do? Was there like good dancing, or were they just like?
There was a mix. There was one guy in his bio. He was like, my friends say my dancing is confusing and sexual. And we were like, confusing and sexual. And then he got on stage. We were like, oh, yes, I'm confused and turned on. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like men.
I don't know.
They're very brave. I felt like they were really brave. They got up there, and there weren't a lot of us in there, and it was women that were just like, yeah, take it off. And they killed it. One of the guys was blind. He killed it. Killed it. Took all his clothes off. Did not fall off the stage. And he was like a bear. He was dressed like a bear. He stripped down to like a bear t-shirt and some bear undies. It was so well thought out.
Question. So, okay, you just mentioned that Mr. Who's blind as a bear, and then did they have like skits, or was it just like take off my clothes?
It was take off my clothes.
Oh, there was no plot.
No,
like,
he came up with his own plot. He came out to the song. It's like,
plot
I
was,
love
I'm a bear.
bears. Yeah. And just like worked it. Shut it down. Like he shut it.
Did men use pasties?
No, do you want to hear it? Only one did. And he roller skated in his act.
Oh my
He roller
God.
skated around, gave us suckers, and then stripped down to some little pasties.
Did he get
Yes.
into the...
Yes, he did. Danger Zone boylesque. But hold on. This is the best thing. And I don't know this man, so I'm not plugging him. The blind guy, his name is Blindy McGrindy. That is so fucking clever. Blindy McGrindy.
Danger Zone, what was the other one?
Danger Zone boylesque. They're all going to be a part of the Danger Zone boylesque.
Wow. There's so much information happened in the last 30 minutes. My face hurts from smiling.
Glad.
Does anyone from the live audience have a question for Nikki DaVaughn following that rad story, rule, constitution? Kanan, what you got?
Yes. Wait.
The question was long, and I will try to
He
repeat
said,
it.
since I started being vocal about the things that's happened, have I learned anything sexually superficial about myself? Is that the question, right? Yeah, that's actually a great question. I have learned several things. I've learned that it's okay to like penis as much as I do. I've learned that I have more control than I thought I had. I was very afraid for a long time of being labeled a freak or like a slut. So I don't know, like now that I started being more vocal about my boundaries, which helped me be more vocal about what I wanted, which helped me be more vocal about what I liked. And it changed everything. It changed.
Talking about what you want and don't want.
Yeah, talking about and what I liked and being okay with it. Being okay with being a dick sucker. Like that's I was not like that before I started talking about sex and having my boundaries and being like, wait a minute, man, that's not cool. I didn't know that was okay. It was okay for me I didn't know it was okay to really like white boys. You know what I mean? Like I kept clumping them all in this category of men that would fetishize me. Am I answering your question or am I just rambling?
No, you're fine.
Okay.
I'm following you. I'm up here. I'm like 2 feet from you, but I'm following you. I found your bit about being like tokenized as a lover really interesting because I felt like that. I saw that go down in my friend circle, and I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh my God, I'm gonna chop some heads off."
Yeah. I mean, my friends are much more vocal about it than I am even. Like, I got a crew of just like rowdy ladies that are like, no, don't talk to her.
Go.
Yeah, like I
You're
don't even get to half
Burn
the time
in
I'm
hell.
like in the back like, yeah. You stay away from me.
Yeah.
It's great.
Stay away. I heard that you're involved in another project called Fat Bottom Cabaret.
Yes. Yeah.
Can we hear a little bit about that?
Yeah. Wow. Thank you for asking. Fat Bottom Cabaret is Central Texas's only plus size cabaret troupe. And so all of the women in the troupe are a size 10 and up. And we dance sensually half dressed on stage.
Is there a plot? No, I'm just kidding.
There's no plot. Sexiness is the plot. we do a quarterly show called the Midnight Menagerie, and we have us, and then there are other burlesque performers. Chola Magnolia, she's a burlesque performer. She's in the Midnight Menagerie, and we just put on these badass shows, and we have our host and co-producer, his name is Foxy Blue Orchid. He's a bearded queen. He's fantastic. It's just rowdy and incredible. Our next show is February 5th at the Stateside Theater at the Paramount.
Oh, my goodness.
And if you're not busy, I'm going to put your name on the list. You should come.
I would love to go.
Yeah, I would love to have you.
What does it feel like to do burlesque for the first time, to be nudie-ish-esque in front of people?
Well, It is terrifying.
I would
And we don't
bet.
even we don't strip all the way. So like Chola, she strips down to her pasties and her thong. I can't even fathom that. We get down to like bras and skirts, and the whole time I'm like, my stomach, oh my stomach. But nobody gives a shit about my stomach. They're just watching me shake my ass, and there's 10 of us on stage, and we're all shaking our ass, and my stomach is the last thing they're worried about. But the first time was terrifying. I threw up.
Not on stage.
No, afterwards. And I don't have stage fright, obviously, but I threw up afterwards.
Wow.
They were like, good job. And I was like,
Yeah, I understand.
it was sexy.
Fat bottom camera. Ugh, I can't even.
I'm so happy. Yeah.
Does anyone else from the live audience have a question for Nikki DaVaughn? I'm going to check if anyone online did.
While she's checking online, I'm going to talk about Curvy Girl Productions because my co-producer just reminded me. I also do a thing called Curvy Girl Productions. And every week we have a Curvy Girl of the Week, and she can be nominated by anybody. You don't have to be a big girl. You just have to be a badass girl that's doing whatever she likes and what she wants. We ask her.
She can't be miserable as hell.
I mean, she can fake it. Like if you're like, I'm fine. Yeah. We ask her
just
5
us
questions.
asking for a friend.
Yeah. Tell your friend that she can be miserable if she hides it well.
That's all right.
Tell your friend. Yeah.
And then so she gets the girl of the week. Then what happens?
So when you're curvy girl of the week, we ask you 5 questions, and we take your picture, we put you up on our website, and we celebrate the fact that you're a woman, and we celebrate women in general, and talk about what you're doing. And I don't know, we just wanted to showcase the everyday woman. Right? So like the mom or the girl that's fucking singing and doing what she loves and being passionate and has to work and go to school or isn't working and go, like everyday chicks that we all know and we all love that are badass and just fucking killing it at life. Just killing it. And it doesn't have to be like you're not saving the world, you're just fucking making everybody else's life awesome. So we wanted to start this thing to celebrate that.
You started laughing because you saw my face. But I was about to be like, you're so inspirational and awesome. And I'm so glad you're part of all these cool things. I'm so glad you came on the show.
Thank you so much for having me.
You guys heard all those rules, right?
All those rules.
There's some rules, okay, gentlemen?
Taking notes.
If you're going to be hitting on Miss Nikki tonight, there's some rules.
What was his fantastic name? I forgot.
Javier.
No, you called him something else. It was like Overlord.
Oh, the Secretary of War.
Secretary of War. Overlord. Secretary of War.
Is there anything you'd like to say to the citizens online and live at Dozen Street?
Thanks for listening to me.
Thank the Academy?
And I want to thank the Academy for giving me these thighs and this ass. And thank Daisy May. And come to the Dozen, actually. Y'all should come to the Dozen, just in general, because it's a cool fucking bar. And also, you should come to our show at Stateside on the 5th.
Thank you, Nikki.
Thank you for having me. I'm going to hug you.
Fantastic.
I'm going to listen to you sing now.
Yes, I'm going to sing. And I hear that Nikki is a musician as well, and that we got this side of her today because of Cedar Fever. So we're going to have to schedule you again.
That would be awesome. I will sing the fuck out of that stage.
I loved that. My face hurts from smiling. hope those rules stick in my head for a long, long time. I can't wait. I got all kinds of social knowledge now. Joshua at the Battle of Jericho, Jericho, Jericho. Joshua at the Battle of Jericho, and the walls came tumbling down. Joshua at the Battle of Jericho, Jericho, Jericho. Joshua at the Battle of Jericho, and the walls came tumbling down. You can talk about the men of Gideon, you can talk about the men of Saul, but there's none good like old Joshua at the Battle of Jericho. Joshua at the Battle of Jericho, Jericho, Jericho. Joshua at the Battle of Jericho, and the walls came tumbling down. Up to the walls of Jericho, with a sword drawn in his hand. You can blow them horns, cried Joshua, 'cause the battle is in my hands. Joshua at the Battle of Jericho, Jericho, Jericho. Joshua at the Battle of Jericho, and the walls came tumbling down. Hosanna, the walls came tumbling down this morning. The walls came tumbling down. I saw his body, 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 body. And I ate of it in Quezon City. And we used it to travel down the river to the next light of a city. And his body, 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 body became a sea of instinct, and I sailed so pretty. And we hit an island and made us scrub along with the river beds. All the water's dirty, oh, we smiled. I could see his skin was browning. Oh, what a mess. My smiling raft was drowning. And we hit an island and made us scrub along with the riverbed. Made us scrub along the riverbed. Oh, the water's dirty, but he was always my raft. Thank you. Hi, Duggan. When I was young, I had a love. He sang sweet, soft melodies. Now that I am sad, oh, I hear him still. But I never knew if I touched his heart. I never knew if I touched his heart. I never knew if I touched him. Oh, I never knew if Well, once he told me she was now his girlfriend, so we stole wine from their wedding. Oh, once he told me that I looked pretty as I folded his laundry, but I never knew if I touched his heart. I never knew if I touched his heart. I never knew if I touched him. No, I never knew if I. When I was young, I had a love. He sang sweet, soft melodies. Now that I am sad, oh, I hear him still. But I never knew if I touched his heart. I never knew if I touched his heart. I never knew if I touched him. Oh, I never knew if I. Thank you. I love singing for you guys. I once bought like a $6 pair of heels from the Goodwill, and I was like, this is my last $6 pair of heels from the Goodwill. I'll never actually walk in them. They hurt so much, but I wore them once. I walked like a mile. I was like, and now I'm broken. And then I saw a show, and the trumpet player was so good. I was like, okay, glad I wore these heels. And then we didn't talk. Because, you know, awkward feelings. But I was like, well, heels. It's the only time I'm ever going to wear you to see that very exciting trumpet player. I wrote a song about it. It's a Crush song. Holly needles, let's go. 'Cause I'm blue in the face, you know. Notes didn't make my wheel. And hearts foul, shove and go. Where'd you get your start with little roots in a blue? Heart of mine is waiting for the next 6 blocks in heels, and each step's a note, a drop of water in my heart's wooden wheel. And each song of you, I feel I'm in a boat, 'cause I row and row while you provide the notes. And the smell of pine with little roots and a blue heart of mine is waiting for the next 6 blocks in his, and each step's unknown. I drop of water in my heart's wooden wheel. I'm gonna play a little piano. I'm gonna pretend to read guitar sheet music. Hi, baby McGill. Not just Beyonce's guitar. Yeah. She looks awesome. Oh, goodness. Yeah. Soon it will be done. All the trouble of the world, the trouble of the world, the trouble of this world. Soon it will be done. All the trouble of the world. I'm going home to live with God. No more weeping or wailing. No more weeping or wailing. No more weeping or wailing. I'm going home to live with God. And I'd like to see my mother. I'd like to see my mama. I want to see my mother. I'm going home to live with God. How soon it will be done. All the trouble of the world, the trouble of the world, the trouble of the world, play a few songs on piano, and they all have to do with God. I should apply to Harvard Divinity School. Send them a little cassette tape. Hey, guys, do you need a secular gospel singer? And they'll be like, no. What do you guys think of that idea? Yeah, it's going to be awesome. Here comes another gospel-y song. Trouble, don't play games with me, doll, 'cause I long to have it all. And I breathe just like a wave. I've got my own soul to save. I can make my own love just singing in the sunshine. I can win love. I can make her mine. Oh, what I gotta do to get on the good side? I gotta go, go, go while she cries. Trouble, don't come knocking at my door, or let itself in and find me on the floor. I drive it out as far as I can see, maybe to the living end of feeling free. I can make my own love just singing in the sunshine. I hope to win in love. I wanna make her mine. What I'm gonna do to get on the good side? I gotta go, go, go while she cries. I gotta go, go, go while she cries. Ooh, I gotta go, go, go while she cries. I wonder if they have the science yet to clone a piano. I would like the brother of Schultze in my house. That would be fun. I'm having a wonderful time playing for you guys. I hope you're also having fun at happy hour here on Thursday. I've got to thank Nikki again. That was such a wonderful guest slot. I was not expecting something so deep and wonderful. I'm gonna be like thinking about that for at least my attention span and a half, which is like 36 hours. And I'll be like, what are you doing next week? What are you doing next month? Yeah. Oh my God. Inspiring. What like vocal range are you? Are you like alto, soprano? Yeah. Okay, great. I think that's probably what I am. I don't know. Cool. Maybe we could like together.
That would be awesome. She sings too.
Times 3.
Yeah. That'd be
Yay! Trouble, Lord, trouble, Lord, have you got it same as me? Trouble, Lord, trouble, Lord, have you got it same as me? Have you got it same as we? And I ask, my dear brother, I says, John, what do you think of Mary? He says, girl, don't I wish I knew better? But what a child she did carry. Trouble, Lord, trouble, Lord, have you got it same as me? Trouble, Lord, trouble, Lord, have you got it same as me? Have you got it same as we? And I ask, my dear, dear Father, I says, Dad, what do you think of Ruth? 'Cause I put my faith in you, as if you could know the truth. Trouble, Lord, trouble, Lord, have you got it same as me? Trouble, Lord, trouble, Lord, have you got it same as me? Have you got it same as we? Thank you. Online, Miss Nikki Jojo Lemon says thanks to Nikki. Great show. From Nikki to Jojo Lemon. Mwah, 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 mwah. And this too. Well, there was a time when at the drop of a dime I would run and leave my sweet life behind and drive into the sun. Then I'd run through the fields to your house out there on the plains, just to hold your sweet hand anytime that it rained. But there's a weight on my heart that is aching with grief and bliss, and I won't be the same after ever feeling like this. So let me run till Thank you. Just kidding. That's the wrong key. Were you excited? Because I have to start again. It's going to sound similar, but a little lower. Ready? Oh, yeah. Ooh, te veo, digo, te veo, te veo, dame el amor. Te veo, digo, dame el amor. Te conocí en el festival, te conocí and I had a great fall. Te conocí y planeé la boda, and everybody knows que me vuelve loca, que me vuelve, ay, ay, que me vuelve loca, ay, 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 digo, te veo, dame amor. Memorias de nuestra camita, memorias de tu horror, memorias de a pesar de todo quiero esto, tu amor, y que me vuelva loca, que me vuelva, ay, ay, que me vuelva loca, ay, ay, ay. Te veo, digo, te veo, dame amor. Gracias. Y todo. You guys are too much fun. Can you kick them out? Just kidding, it's opposite day. Make them stay. They're the funnest. Just kidding, tables 1, 2, and 3. You guys are really fun, but they're screaming. And they're like with Nikki. They're VIP and they're screaming. So the Secretary of War is just mildly steaming. The Secretary of War is mildly steaming. Which one has more power? Okay, let's ask questions of Javier. Okay, our AV guy from way back. Would you feel more powerful being called Overlord or Secretary of War? He's shaking his head like, stop talking. Secretary of War feels more powerful to him.
Overlord of War.
What about Overlord of War?
How about the Overlord of happiness? But you have to say love like that.
I think that the Jenny Parrott show conveys so little pounce and grr and aggression that the Secretary of War is supposed to make up for that lack of tough. So Overlord of Happiness, I think we're going to have to shoot that one down. Yeah. You guys are funny. So hot it knocks the socks off, a tune in your head paints a it's in your mind. So hot it knocks the socks off, a tune in your head paints a it's in your mind. Well, I smoking bottle, get my man and go. Hey. Oh, I got empty bottles in the back of my car Saturday night in jail. Of all the sinking boats with no bucket or float, bail, bail, bail. I go around the corner, spend some dough, buy a smoking bottle, get my man and go. Baby, I go around the corner, spend some dough, buy a smoking bottle, get my man and go. Oh, girl, spend some dough, buy a smoking bottle, get my man and go. Around the corner, spend some dough, smoking. Oh my God, thank you. I have time for a couple more, and then I'll be here again next week. And next week's guest is Courtney Elaine, and she plays a little bit of piano. And she sings. And what I like about her style is that she's so new at it that sometimes she goes, oh shit, that's not how it goes. But the rest of her singing and playing is so angelic and sweet that when she does that, you're like, is that some kind of grunge bridge? Cool. It's going to be great. Hey, old flame, let's dance the night away. 'Cause I'm gonna keep myself from you someday. But tonight, let's hold hands and then slow dance around the room one more time. Then you go home to yours, and I'll go home to mine. I recall just how you moved me in the moonlight, with your hands so strong and so sure. Well, you've reached for me so many times, and I've held your heart in mine, but we were young and out of time. What will I choose? What will I choose? What will I choose? And then there He's your good friend, and for years he's been mine. But they say that you'll just know, and my heart's crying to go. So tell me what I already know. Or will I choose? Or will I choose? Or will I choose? Oh, thank you very much. Thanks everyone for coming and hanging out at the Jenny Parrott Show. I'm Jenny Parrott. Thank you to Nikki DaVaughn for making my night. That was fantastic. Thank you to Matey for owning the bar and letting us do this every week. And of course to the secretary overlord of happiness and LOL, Javier over there. I think I might end it. We could play that one again. All right. All right, I'm gonna play a repeat. Did I just hear in a good way? Okay. Because if it's in a bad way, I don't know what to do about that. I'm bad at conflict. I'd be like, well, you go outside for like a minute and 30 seconds, and it'll be over, and then they'll be happy, and then you come back and So, thank you everyone for coming and listening. This is really fun, and I'm very honored to sing for you. Here comes a song called "The Angels Sing," which has only been sung once today. Uh-oh, it better be good now. What if she's like, you guys? What if you guys built it up too much? Oh, shenanigans. I'm not gonna be able to look at you guys. There are days when I try not to think about you. There are days I just let the cameras roll. It's those pictures in my mind of you and me in time that ease my heart and soul. The angels sing, baby, baby, but are you on his mind? Are you just one in a line of fools? The angels sing, baby, baby, don't you know you can never win when you don't even make the rules? In the mornings when I wake up all alone, I feel love like a warning in my bones. It's those pictures in my mind of you and me and time that ease my heart and soul. The angels sing, baby, baby, but are you even on his mind? Are you just one in a line of fools? The angels sing, baby, baby, don't you know you can never win when you don't even make the rules? I'll see you guys in a week. I'm like, yes, we. Yeah. I didn't do this one today. You're right. This is the fake favorite of Kanan. Little baby Lou, I love you. You're so good to me and your mama too. But I've been fucking up all over my world, on and on. So I can't, no, be your girl, no, yeah, no. I'm walking down the road with a head full of gold. I'm picking up old butts and remembering what you sold. It's a cheap way to live and it makes you feel broke. Holler broke, yeah, holler broken. Have another old man tell you your dreams just a joke, 'cause it's a joke, yeah, it's a joke. Little baby Lou, I love you. You're so good to me and your mama too. But I've been all over my world, yeah, no. So I can, no, be your girl, no, yeah, no. What's that in your chest? Looks like the best. I'll put it to the test. I'll touch it with my flesh. When you tell me you don't want me, everything turns green. When you do so much in love, what you think that mean? Or what it mean? Yeah, what it mean? Little baby Lou, I love you. You're so good to me and your mama. But I've been all over my world, yeah, no. So I can't, no, would not like to be a girl, no, yeah, no. So I can't, no, would not like to be a girl, no, yeah, no, yeah. Thank you.